My husband tried to unalive me as a prank. Obligatory throwaway, because I'm active in a lot of subs that would identify where I live and what I do. So the other day I, 29 female, had to have a broken tooth pulled and hardware put in for a fake tooth to be put in later on. It was one of my bottom back molars, so can't be seen, and a pretty big tooth. I figured it'd be an easy in and out procedure, but because of extra damage to the area and my horrible fear of dentists, I elected to be fully sedated for the procedure. When all was said and done, I was really loopy, but my husband, 29 male, drove me home and all was well. I vaguely remember he tucked me into bed and told me to rest and feel better. I suddenly woke up to a harsh feeling in my throat and not being able to breathe. I was super out of it from the drugs and my brain just couldn't think of what to do. I dropped out of bed and crawled frantically, but it's like my brain couldn't work to figure out I was choking and needed to give myself the Heimlich. By the time I thought about it, I was already running out of air, and it was like I couldn't get out of the hallway in time to find something to save myself with. It's hard to get into it because it was horrifying and painful and so fast and I was so out of it, but I ended up passing out in the hallway trying to find something to save myself with. I really thought, this is it. My baby is 2 rooms over, my husband is home, he's going to find me dead. But I woke up who knows how long after to my husband crying and holding me. He'd apparently given me the Heimlich and saved my life. At first you're just grateful, you know? But as my brain started to reboot, I thought, wait, wasn't I in bed? Wait, how did he know I was suffocating? Wait, what was I suffocating on? Wait, well, it was a tooth. Not a real tooth, some cheesy fake tooth you'd find at the dollar store in a kid's toy. How'd it get in my throat? Well, that took longer to understand, but I figured out pretty quickly from my husband's blubbering that it was supposed to be funny. My husband's a prankster and wants to be an influencer even though he doesn't really have the following. He thought it'd be funny to pop a fake tooth in my mouth and have me wake up still loopy from the drugs, and think that a tooth had fallen out from the hole in my gum. He was recording from the baby monitor, hoping to get something funny that would go viral. I have no idea what to do here. I'm so mad, I could have died. If he wouldn't have been watching the camera footage that I've watched over and over again, I'd be dead. I was so drugged up I couldn't think my way out of it, and he just put something in my mouth for me to swallow and die from. I've watched the footage a million times and every time it makes me more sick to my stomach. I have no idea how long I was in the hall before he found me, but it was a few minutes before you can hear the gasping and crying really faintly in the footage. Could it have happened at 30 seconds? A minute? 2 minutes? He keeps crying and apologizing, but every time it makes me want to hit him. I don't know what to think. I'm just filled with rage and disgust. I could have died over a prank and I don't know how to process it. All he's done for the past day is cry and apologize. I know he didn't mean to hurt me, but I can't even look at him. I know it's only been a day, but when will I be able to think my way out of this? How should I go about responding to all of this? It's like my brain is still stuck from when I was crawling through the hallway. So Reddit, am I overreacting when it was an accident, prank gone wrong? Edit, so this has blown up way more than I expected. To answer some common questions. He's always been a prankster and always liked the idea of randomly blowing up on S&M. It's not his whole identity, but he watches a lot of TikTok and thinks this kind of thing is hilarious. No, he's never done anything this bad. He can be thoughtless but normally isn't careless. Yes, he's very apologetic, I just can't think to hear it right now because I can't stop replaying it in my head and watch the footage over and over. Y'all need to stop assuming everyone on Reddit is fake. While I wish this situation is, it isn't. I'll take it as a compliment to very expensive English major that you think I'm a bot, but no. A few people have messaged me asking for his account info. I'm not going to let my own husband be doxxed. No matter what happens, that comes back on me too. I have a lot of thinking to do and a lot of replies to go through. I'm trying to get through them all, but this was an overwhelming couple days even before this flood of responses, so be patient with me. I also have a baby and feel like hell. My sister is coming to stay with me for the night, but she lives about 3 hours away. She doesn't know everything that happened, but she knows I'm not okay. Hubby is asked to stay. I said he can until my sister gets here for the baby's sake, but he needs to go across town to his brother's for the night at least. Thank you to those who have been kind. For those who haven't, what was the point, really? Like, why are you taking joy in making me feel worse or trying to discredit me? What does that get you? Edit 2, my sister is here. My husband went to his brother's for the night. He had a talk with my sister while I took care of the baby, and she's going to break down what he said to her when we sit down together this morning. I haven't talked to her yet. I'm still in my room and trying to absorb everything that's happened and what everyone is saying. One of our friends found this post and sent it to him. He's been reading the comments and sent a few messages with apologies, but acknowledged he needed to give me some space to think. We are going to meet tomorrow or the next day, when the anesthesia is entirely out of my system and I'm entirely clear-headed to have a real talk about what happened. Yes, I have the footage. No, I haven't gone to the police. This is a lot. I went from thinking I was dying to realizing that terrifying moment was my husband's fault. My whole world has been flipped upside down over a fake dollar store tooth. I don't believe he's a sociopath, I think he's just stupid. He's very apologetic, But my trust is broken, and I don't know where to go from here. I'll do a proper update after we talk and I make some decisions. I'm taking all these posts into account, but there's so much I can't possibly respond to everyone. Also, to the person who called me abusive because I said I want to hit my husband, seriously? I almost died and I say that I can't stand to hear his apologies. It's hyperbole. Don't know if you'd understand what that means, but I felt so physically weak I couldn't have swatted away a fruit fly. Sounds like projection. Maybe you need more help than I do?